to the April reading for 2024. My name is Amanda Harwood, and I thought today I would just do the reading straight into the camera rather than doing the reading and then recording later and see how I go. So I apologize if I jump from subject to subject. It will just depend on the messages I'm receiving. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, so how did you go for March? I know March was a bit of a upheaval, and unfortunately, having already placed the reading in front of me, I think we're in for more of the same for April. So what I'll do is I'll just let you know beforehand, this is a general reading for a lot of people. So if it does not resonate with you, just leave it and go about your day. If it does resonate with you, I'd love to hear your comments below or in the YouTube channel comments. I really appreciate you being here and listening to this April reading, and I hope that it does give you some information that you can work with this month and that you're not going through too hard a time. Okay, so let's get into it. So last month we started off with the overview cards and we got the Tower. Well, surprise, surprise, we've got it again. So basically, if shit hasn't hit the fan last month, it's quite likely to hit it this month. The Tower card is all about transformation, but it's usually transformation that you get dragged into kicking and screaming because you didn't do it by yourself. I really am not a fan of this card at the moment, but that hasn't always been the case. It does clear away the debris that you've been hanging on to, those relationships that no longer serve you. As I said last month, the job that's sucking your soul dry, or the mortgage that is just weighing so heavily on you that you just can't enjoy life. These are the things that you need to take care of. So if that last month didn't happen for you, you should be very aware that something is coming up for you. This month the Tower was teamed with another Major Arcana card. So that tells me that major change is coming through this month. And this is the Emperor. Now we had the Emperor last month too, just not in that position. And the Emperor is about doing things by the book. He's very black and white. He uses his intuition, but in quite a practical way. He's not like the High Priestess, who is all about intuition and wisdom coming from spirit or source. So he's about doing things by the book, not taking shortcuts. So whatever's happening for you, don't screw around. Just do what you have to do and get it done so that you can hopefully in May have a better month come through. So the details for this month, if we drill down into those first two Major Arcana cards, I get the Five of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Now, bad card, really good card. So the Five of Swords is usually about conflict and loss. It's usually about conflicts where nobody wins. There is no winner. Whoever won doesn't feel like they've won. It's that type of conflict. And it's about some upheaval, which of course, having the Tower card for the second month in a row makes perfect sense. We often look at these cards, these negative cards, and we think, oh crap, I really don't want this to be happening. But that is what life is all about. It's all about cycles. So if you have an up cycle, you have to have a down cycle. And this year we are going through some major changes as a population. So of course there has to be some months where we're not going to have, light and breezy, airy fairy, perfect and positive. And unfortunately it's come now for two months in a row. The Nine of Cups though says, well done on your hard work. You now get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. However, this is also a card about extreme gratitude, for being so thankful for the things that you have in your life, that the things that are coming into your life, and for the lessons that they have taught you. This card asks you to share that gratitude and that good fortune with the people that you care about and people who are around you. So there is some positive, there is light at the end of the tunnel, that if you do the work, if you do the tower work, like the Emperor says, do the work and you'll be glad that you did it, because at the end of the day, something good will come out of it, even if you can't see that at the moment. Okay, excuse me. So for the challenges position in this reading, I have the Ace of Wands, and I have another major arcana card, the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is basically the opposite to the Emperor. She's very intuitive. She uses the wisdom from spirit and source. She uses the wisdom from her intuition. She's all about dreams and intuition and wisdom and listening to your inner voice and spirit work and your guides and doing all that sort of stuff. She also talks about the secrets of the universe, which we're all starting to remember. The Ace of Wands is a fairly positive card. So aces always represent new beginnings, and the wands represent your motivation, your passions, your spirituality, which is very fitting to come with the High Priestess. And so I think maybe, and can also be the beginning of a new career. So maybe your Tower card is about leaving a job that you've hated for years and years and years, but stayed there because it was safe. And now you're getting to the point where you can't do that anymore. You need to move on. So if that's the case, then these two cards here are saying to you, this is now a great opportunity for you to go within and see what makes you truly happy. What do you want in a perfect job, in a perfect career? And then start to look for jobs that carry those type of things. So rather than looking for a specific job, look for the characteristics of your perfect job, and then find the job that tailors to those needs. So I think maybe the challenge is that you need to use your intuition. Are you listening to that voice in your head? I'm not talking about, the little voice that says, do this, you must eat that chocolate egg. I told you this was going to be a little bit weird. But are you listening to your inner voice, your intuition that's telling you or has been telling you what to do? Because your intuition is not going to scream at you. Your ego will definitely scream at you and scream at you and scream at you and scream at you until you give up and just do what it wants. But the intuition part of you doesn't scream. It doesn't say much at all. It just talks quietly. And that's why you need to listen. You need to learn to listen to spirit. So maybe that's your challenge. With all of that stuff that's going on, you're finding it hard to step back and be able to listen to that voice that's telling you what your true path is or what's true for you at this point in time. Okay, so the last position in the reading is what opportunities are there for you in the month of April. And I got two very positive cards. I got the Four of Pentacles and I got the Three of Cups. Now, the Four of Pentacles is all about building a solid foundation, and it can mean literally that, building a solid financial foundation so that you have the ability to do what you need to do. And if you're thinking about starting a new job or a new career or a new anything, you may need to have a backup, a financial backup, so that you can afford to do it. And as we know, in this day and age, with the financial crisis and cost of living crisis, it is really hard to have that spare money just sitting there so that you can do something that you actually want to do. So this card is telling you that if you've built that little nest egg, it's a great opportunity for you to be stable enough and be secure enough to step out and go out of your comfort zone and do something that you've always thought that you wanted to do. Another opportunity, the Three of Cups, is all about friendships. It could physically represent a wedding or a big celebration, maybe a major birthday is coming up, or a birth of a child or a christening or something like that. So it can actually represent physical events that are happening that are celebrations. But it does mostly talk about life being pretty good. It's giving you a chance to celebrate, to revel in the joy of being with family and friends and people that you love, and to experiencing the abundance that is in your life now. So there is some opportunity there in the month of April to have some fun and to hang out with the people that you love and to take those chances that you've been wanting to take but have been too scared to. This is the universe telling you now is the time. We're not waiting for you anymore. Now you'll get pushed. As I said to you last time, if you don't do it yourself, the universe will eventually come and do it for you. So if you want to do it in your own time, you really should have most probably done it back in February, because now the universe is coming through and saying, look, these changes need to be made and I'm going to help you make them. Okay, so for the final card today, I'm going to draw from a deck that I absolutely love. It's called the Illustrated Herbiary Oracle Cards by Maia Toll. The illustrations are by Kate O'Hara and they're absolutely gorgeous. I have the whole set of these cards. I think there's a herbary, bestiary and crystallary. And they're just absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to do a quick draw of the card to ask what spirit wants us to know for this month. So these cards are usually to do with your mental and emotional states. So let's see what we get today. What does Spirit want us to know for the month of April? Sorry, just knocking things over here. Okay, so we've got Yarrow, Pocket of Protection. Now, this card is, it's reminding us that that we have to build a little space, a little bubble where we know we can go and be safe and protected so that we can take a breath and refresh and revive before we go back out fighting, you know. I will read to you from the actual guidebook in a minute. But I've had this card quite a few times, usually when I am going through some turmoil, and it sort of lets me know that it's okay to draw back. It's okay to go to where you feel safe so that you can recoup and recollect all your thoughts and your energy and that, so that you can go back out feeling as strong as you did when you started. So I'll give you, I mean, look at that card. It's just beautiful. So gorgeous. And the meanings are excellent too. So I'm just going to read from the guidebook. It says, in older times, Yarrow travelled with warriors. While her official job was staunching wounds, keeping the insides in and the outsides out, her present brought bravery to the soldiers she kissed. Today she has a much the same task. Yarrow assists you in keeping your boundaries, whether physical, emotional or spiritual. She creates personal pockets of protection so you can slow down, gather your strength and find your courage. Yarrow reminds you that boundaries are not just for keeping the outside from coming in, but also for keeping yourself from leaking out, letting thought and emotions run rampant in the world. Yarrow will create a bubble of protection, a bit of sacred space within which you can regroup, regenerate and recreate yourself. So there you go. And that was great to mention too about the boundaries. Keep your boundaries up, especially when we are going through huge transformation, and that we can often get lost in that and forget where we begin and where we end. So this card is a good reminder to make sure your boundaries are up. Make sure you don't give too much of yourself away, and use that space to regroup, basically. So that's it for this month. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. I have tried to be on my best behavior and keep myself in check. Sometimes I have a habit of getting one message, and before I can finish the sentence, I get another message through, so I just start talking about that. But I think I've kept myself pretty much on the straight and narrow this month. So let me know if you like this format, or if you didn't like this format. This definitely doesn't take as much time to do as my other way of doing it. So if it works for you guys, then I might continue to do it this way. Just a quick word, the card decks that I use, I keep forgetting to mention this at the beginning of the videos. It's the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce, available in most good New Age stores and good bookstores. And the other cards were the Illustrated Herbiary Oracle deck by Maia Toll, which are a little bit harder to get hold of. You might have to order them in through Dimmix or someone like that if you're interested in those. Okay, if you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could like it or share it or comment if you've got something to say, either on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. If you want to be known or advised when these come out, please follow either my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. I want to thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good month so far. We don't have much of March left, and I thought maybe April would be an easier month, but it looks like we've still got some work to do. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.